particle, like you see in this sunbeam, many particles which are not otherwise visible because they are too small. When they cross the sunbeam, then you see them flying. So in the Arabic, the word for the smallest particle is hutama. A dust particle which is too small, pulverized thing is called hutama. So can you conceive of a fire being trapped in the hutama at the time of the Holy Prophet of Islam? It's not possible. The very idea is impossible. I wonder how the Arabs of that time understood this message. They must have passed over it, skipped over it and said, well, something must be something. So this is why all the previous commentators have referred this event to be the future event after death, which they can't understand here. Because no fire could be trapped, imprisoned in the heart of the smallest particle for somebody to be punished. And that fire is also described how it would ultimately react and act and destroy such people. The qualities which are mentioned are also fantastic. They are very unfire-like as far as the fire known to the people of that time. It says, تَطَّلِعُ عَلَى الْأَفْئِدَةِ لَيُبْزَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ نَارُ اللَّهِ الْمُوقَدَةُ الَّتِي تَطَّلِعُ عَلَى الْأَفْئِدَةِ إِنَّهَا عَلَيْهِمْ مُرْصَدَةٌ فِي أَمَدٍ مُمَدَّدَةٍ. It's a very interesting statement, to say the least. It says that they will be subjected to hutama. These people will be destroyed by hutama. And then the Holy Quran raises the question, and what is hutama? What can tell you what hutama is? And this style of the Holy Quran, whenever the Holy Quran adopts this style, means that the people whom we are addressing at this time cannot understand. It is something either beyond their comprehension as such, or beyond their comprehension because they don't belong to the age where man will be able to understand such things. So ma adraka is always, an expression of, in our words, in the ordinary usage we say, we surrender. How can we make you understand? If somebody, for instance, you ask somebody what the theory of relativity is, you have heard of it, but you can't understand it, unfortunately. So if you ask this question to a scientist, he would say, well, how can I tell you? So it is an expression like that, but not of defeat, because Allah can make people understand. It is only an expression of a temporary, a temporary phase of inadequacy of man to understand such things. So it's not the inadequacy on the part of God that He can't make people understand, but the inadequacy refers to the man of that age, that you are incapable of understanding, at least for the time being. But because the Holy Quran is for all ages, a time was to come when people of some age would begin to understand these things. So it says, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ. When we say hutama, although it's an ordinary Arabic word, every Arab should know the meaning of this, but you don't know. That shows that it is not just a particle, it is something else. Why should a particle why should not a particle be understood by the Arab? This is the question I am raising. Tell me, give me one good reason why the Arabs of Rasulullah's time should not understand the word hutama. They knew it. Everybody knew that pulverized dust contains hutama. Each particle of that pulverized dust is a hutama. The Holy Quran says no, because we have not understood. Why? Because it goes on to explain. The hutama we have in mind is not just a small particle. Just a moment, please. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ نَارُ اللَّهِ الْمُوقَدَةُ الَّتِي. It is Allah's fire which is being built for them. And this fire has a very special quality, not an ordinary fire which just burns. تَبْتَلِعُ عَلَى الْأَفْئِدَةِ. It reaches the heart before it touches the body. It jumps upon the hearts. Now tell me, what sort of fire existed at the time of Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed which would jump directly upon the hearts, if to penetrate into the body and just catch the heart and destroy it? None. There is no fire. The heart was the final last thing. For a fire to be reached, first it would burn the body, scorch it or destroy it further, and then heart would cease beating. But this fire, the Holy Quran says, after the warning of Ma'adraka, what can tell you this is? This is a fire which is very special and different from the fire because it will leap upon the hearts. Now if you read the description of what the atom bombs of the modern time or the H bombs are going to do to man of today, you will be surprised to learn that they say the life would be destroyed much before the heat radiation reaches man. It would be destroyed by the radiation, by the sound or other disturbances caused by some other rays, gamma rays or X-rays, I don't remember which, but the rays which are not the heat radiation, they would travel ahead of heat radiation. And as they travel, in their passage they will destroy life. So when ultimately he reaches that spot, the people would already be dead. So that would leap upon the hearts. This is the fire which is being described by the Holy Quran. تَبْتَلِعُ عَلَى الْأَفْئِدَةِ. And again it is not enough. It goes on to say, إِنَّهَا عَلَيْهِمْ مُصَدَّةٌ. It is captured for them and preserved for them, that fire, فِي أَمَدٍ مُمَدَّدَةٍ, in pillars which are extended, spindle-like things which are being extended. Now what sort of fire could be caught and imprisoned in the time of Hadhrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam in small particles which were given the shape of spindles, and before bursting they would be extended? The whole concept does not belong to that age. It is impossible by whatever extension of your imagination. You can't solve this question, why should a man of the age of Muhammad should speak in these terms to the Arabs, the first addressee of the Holy Quran, or the world entirely as such. No other man was capable of comprehending this, so this is why Ma'adraka. And this is why when you study how the atom bomb begins to explode, and you see the pictures which have been created by computers, etc., you see that mass which is about to explode, it gets extended, mumaddada, and swells and falls back and swells and until ultimately it bursts out. So a fire in extended pillars or losing a shape, given to a small particle or a large particle. So this is exactly the picture of atom bomb. Only an H is missing in the atom, which is provided by the H bomb. You see? Very interesting. Hotama, if you remove the H sound, which of course is a letter or a sound which tends to be dropped in many places. If you say Hutam, it is like atom. But a Frenchman would never be able to say Hutam. He would say Utam. So an H is a quality which is dropped automatically by man. It's a matter of only pronunciation. But a very interesting fact is that even if man drops this H temporarily to reach the atom, it would appear as an H bomb later on. So the entire destructive forces of the future are described in the word Hotama. Read it as atom or H. And the fire which is described is no other, cannot be any other fire but the fire created by atom bombs or H bombs.